Alright, hello and welcome to my real-time strategy tutorial in Unity. That's one. Today we are doing basically linking unit functionality to GUI buttons. So if we just click play and say I select these archers, if I can remember what the group select is. Okay, hold 1 second. I have to maximize that. Click, and you'll see that we have a delete unit, patrol, and scout. So if I click patrol and then right click here, you'll see that the archer moves to where I clicked, moves back, moves again, moves back. It might be a bit off because of the distance, but it roughly works. You can get the idea. Then if I click scout, it won't be. I won't be able to show you actually because it's on maxed. But if I go to scene view and on play, you'll see that basically the unit just walks around, goes to random locations, just they're scouting out the place basically. And finally, if we click this one, just pause that, rebuild to maximum, just click delete unit and delete, it will just delete the unit, it kills it. Again, delete unit, and it works for other ones too. So if we send all those peasants to scout, and we get you guys to patrol to the end of there. So basically got them patrolling this road bit. And yeah, you see, that is it. And now I'll go show you how that was done. Alright, so let's go over some quick changes I made before I get onto the meat of it, basically. Added array for... Sorry, just had to remind myself there. So first off, I added a static boolean in the unit order script. Basically, unit order script controls the mouse orders, the orders that can be given via the mouse. So say if we were to click on a unit and then right click normally to send him to move, that would be controlled by the unit order script, same way as if we used the peasants to gather wheat or something like that. That is an action that would be controlled by the unit order script. But the GUI actions, so say deleting a unit that I showed you earlier or patrolling or whatever, they are not controlled by that script because they don't exclusively use the mouse. They use the GUI buttons, which are drawn. So yeah, that is why we have that. It's a static bool, so it can be accessed from any instance of this class. So basically it's just an on-off switch. So if we want to temporarily stop listening for mouse input when we've got units selected, that's what that does. So say if we wanted to get a location and send them to it and whatnot, but we didn't want them to use the normal movement, we just wanted to use them patrol, that is basically what it's for. And that's what we use it for. So yeah, what else? Enemy health, unit health, sorry. I forgot to add this line. Basically what this does is removes the dead unit from the unit manager, which is basically used to store all the units in the scene, because we need a place to reference them from. So that's just removes it from a list. Pretty simple. Methods to clear out current orders from unit. I think I actually took that one away. Remove current action. Clear all actions. No. Do I actually call that? No, I don't. No, I don't need it then. Wait, I can actually look at it and find references. Because I've got two versions of it. No, I don't use it. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, so I can get onto that later. And change actions. Oh yeah, basically I added these in, like patrol and scout and stuff, because I need that because we have new action scripts. So I'll just make sure I've got them both open. 1, 2. Yay! Okay, so first off, we've got we've made a change to the unit master class. We've added like an array of strings. So this is similar to what was it before? The filtering, how I did the filtering, where we'll have like a list or an array of strings. So they're pretty much the same thing. Just we can't extend the my actions, which I can't think of an instance where we would, but if we do need to switch them around, it will be easy to do, so it's not that much of a worry. So basically we've got 3 actions that we can do on any unit. We can delete the unit, set the unit to patrol between whatever location it's at now and another location, and scout between, like, basically just go to random points on the map just to look at what's there. Basically, so yeah. And now we also have 3 more public virtual methods. So basically, this is like the base of what we do. So if you don't override it, in the specific unit class, like here, this is what it'd do. So in this case, on destroy me, so this is basically what happens if we click delete unit, we die and we clear out the selected units. Because if you don't, then it stays in the selected while it's dead, and you don't want that, so we have to get rid of it. Second one is patrol. So basically we add the action patrol, and if we can perform this action, we clear the existing unit list. So while there is actions in the queue, we remove the current action, and then when all of them are clear, we add the P, action P, which is the patrol we just added. Otherwise, if we can't do P, we just destroy P and continue as normal. Simple enough. Okay. And similar thing for scout. So action P is just the action for scouting. If we can do the action, we remove all current actions and then go to P. We add the P to the queue and we do the scouting. Otherwise, we just destroy it. Yeah, and finally, we have a public virtual string, get available actions, which doesn't need to be virtual actually, but whatever, because it's not going to change. We're still returning the string of the array of strings, of the actions. This is basically used in the GUI manager to get what kind of buttons a unit can do. So yeah, similarly, we've got another method to draw unit order buttons, again like the draw unit filter buttons, but we're using a string array and the offset is a bit more to the right of the screen. So basically we get this list of types from the first selected unit, and again we only draw this information if there is only one unit selected. One unit selected, sorry, yeah. One type of unit selected, that's the one. Because we don't want to do it. We could make a more complex system, maybe. So say if we had common list items, we'd do that. But for now, we're not going to. So, yeah. So basically, we go through each of the strings and we just look. So if T is equal to patrol, then we add a button for patrolling, and for each game object, if that button is clicked, then we patrol, basically. We get the unit master class and call the patrol method. And then we increase the X offset even if the button isn't pressed, just because that'll mean that the next button is drawn 200 pixels to the right, because we're using X offset as a multiplier. And similarly for delete, we draw a button for it. If we click it, then for each game object, for each unit that's selected, it calls the destroy me function, so it kills the unit, and that all gets its components disabled and removed from the list of active units. And again, for scout, if we click the button that it draws, goes through each of the selected units, calls the scout method, and as I explained with the buttons last time for filtering units, increases X offset, and if X offset is more than 4, we reset it to 0 and increase the Y offset by 1, which basically starts a new row of buttons. Okay, simple. Was there anything else? Don't think so. Now I'll just show you the actions and how they work. So for patrolling, it's the more complex of the two. So we have 3 vector frees, which are just public because I want to see them in the inspector, basically. We've got the position we're moving to, which will be where you click to set the patrol to. the starting position, which is where the unit is when you start the patrolling. Well, position and end position, which is where you click on, which I've mistake because position we are moving to is the position that they are currently moving to, and it can either be the starting position or the end position. All right, simple. We got a boolean where it's checking basically if we've set the patrol location. So if we set like an end position for it by clicking, then that'll be true, else it'll be false. Boolean for looping, so this basically decides if we have like another item in the queue, like unit order queue to do. So say if we'd send the unit to attack someone, then we'd do that. It'd be false because we wouldn't want to loop. We want to go on to the next action. And finally, we've got the unit movement script, so we can call basically make the unit move to locations, and the unit master class, so we can reference that. We set it to a multi-part action on the script's awake, so this will be when it's created. And we also set the starting position, and we get the unit movement and unit master class. We override do action, so this is called every frame, since it's a multi-part action. Basically, while set part lock is false, so we haven't set a position to patrol to, we change the static boolean in unit order script to can give orders to be false, so it doesn't recognise the mouse input in unit order script, but it will in this patrol script. And what we do is we basically look for the position of the mouse in the world. We convert that into grid coordinates and get a tile. Then we set the end position to be that tile. And we set the position we're moving to be the end position, so because we're already going to be at the start of the patrol route, so we patrol from the start to the finish and then back again. And we set part lock to true. So this is saying, all right, we've got the both locations we want to patrol between, so we can start patrolling. And this means basically we can give orders. Then we reset the unit order script, so we can give orders again. So say if you selected a load of patrolling units and you right-clicked somewhere else, they just abandon the patrol and move to that location. And if for the unit movement script, if we're not moving, this will only get called once. It's basically just, all right, on the first iteration of this bit of code, we probably won't be moving, so we'll just say, all right, we want to move to the position we're moving to. And this is just a check to see if we have any more actions that we need to do in the queue that are behind this one. And basically what we do is we check if we are within 2.5 units of the position we want to move to, then we switch it to the other position we want to move to. So if we are currently moving towards the end position, we set it towards the start position and vice versa there. And then we finally just say, all right, we want to move to the new location, which will be the opposite of where we are now. And then we got as you've seen before, that I showed you, the get action is complete and get action type. Was there one more thing? Oh, yes. I've also got an order check for the static boolean. Basically, it's just to make sure that we don't get stuck in a can give orders equals false state. So basically, if there aren't any units selected and we can't give orders, we're just going to set it back to true. So say if you accidentally click the middle mouse button or something to clear the selection and you've not finished setting the patrol, we do that. So yeah. And the second action we implemented was scouts, which is a lot simpler. So basically, again, we have the unit movement and the unit master class. We got still a multi-part action, and we have just one more vector free, which is position. So what we do is we get a position, which is basically just made up of a random tile somewhere within the grid. Admittedly, I should probably be doing a check for if it's walkable or not, but that doesn't matter so much now. So I will do that. I'll add that as a message actually. To do make a revision that checks if the tile got is walkable. If not, get a new tile. And there we go. Basically, yeah. So similarly to the patrol action, basically if we are not moving, we set it to move the unit movement script to move to the location. If there's another action, we say looping is false, so we don't want to do this action anymore, so we'll go on to the next one. And if we are near to the location we were scouting out, then we move to the next one. So the unit moves to the location, we get another position and move to that location. And again, got an override string for returning scout, because that's the type of the action. And get action complete, we'll return the inverse of loop. And I think that's pretty much it. That's the basic essence of it. You could patrol, basically add any kind of action to this. Well, anything you can sort of program the logic into, like the actions, or just on its own, the thingy script. I've just done a Facebook message, so I just had my train of thought crashed and burned. Where was I? Yeah. So I was thinking I'll probably use this in the future to bind formations and stuff to it, because that's what I needed to. I know this might seem like it's sort of in the middle of something, but I wanted to get, well, sort of out of place, because I've just suddenly switched to GUI and I realised that having this GUI framework in place will make it a lot easier to do other stuff, say like buildings, like getting units to place buildings, resources, stuff like that, rather than just having to show you all the stuff in the inspector, because this will make it a lot easier. Or you can see it basically, and I'll need to do it at some point, so why not do it now? So yeah, I'll just give you one last demonstration. So again, if we have a unit selected, we can send these units to patrol. So send them all to there, and he doesn't like it because he's there, but we can also stop him patrolling. If we select these guys, we can send them to scout. And if these guys, they want to commit spooku, so they can die. Bye bye. And yeah, and as you'll see, if we just, yeah, 1 second, maximize on play, bye. And you can see that the workers are just roaming about the place, scouting out, you know, having a good time. And yeah, that's pretty much it for linking unit functionality to GUI buttons. Next up, might take a break from probably resources actually this time. So yeah, resources it is. So yeah, cheers for watching, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Go check out the links in the description for all my shit on itch.io. I made a quick video update on Loud or Quiet, because I've been implementing a new level for like a chemical plant where you can blow yourself up if you fuck up and get the wrong chemicals in this bomb-making mixture you're trying to make or something. And I added rain, which was a little bit complex, but I got it working how I liked it, so it's always good. So yeah, cheers for watching. Bye.